Hello, friends. My name is Remy Michael Akpebo. I'm a family life coach and strategist, and it is my goal to help you to strengthen your relationship and also build a happier family environment where everybody thrives. For the past few weeks, we've been talking about the importance of being a wholesome person and the correlation to creating and fostering a happier relationship and also a family environment where everyone thrives together. In continuation of this topic, I'm going to talk about understanding today, mastering the act of understanding. There is no way you master the act of understanding without first understanding um, what it means to be wholesome. And being wholesome means you're authentic. And being authentic means that you're self aware. You're self aware of your own blind spot. You're self aware of your own issue, and you're able to separate what is now happening in your relationship and what has happened in the past. And you're able to separate the things that shaped you and from the things that's now happening in your relationship. You're quick to hone what is your issue to deal with and not pointing finger at your spouse. Everything that happens in the relationship is not your spouse. You understand the things that you need to hone, such as how conflicts have been handled or were handled by your parents as you grow up, how angers were expressed, how stress are handled, how people are treated. So we understand to dig deep, to understand the things that shaped us, our beliefs, our values, our family backgrounds, our cultures. So having this understanding, when we understand how this works, it becomes transformative. And then understanding becomes something that strengthens our relationship. Because what we understand is that we are different. And being different is okay. It just means that I need to pay more attention. I need to listen to understand your perspectives rather than being irrational. I will listen to you. And the moment that we grasp this, the essence of the other person, wow, amazing things begins to happen. Let me give you a relatable example. So I want you to imagine this with me. You and your spouse have been together for a while, and you both have different ways of dealing with stress. During a challenging day, you find solace in solitude, needing time alone to recharge. However, your spouse seeks comfort through companionship and wants to talk things out. Instead of dismissing their need or insisting on your own, you take a moment to understand their perspective. Wow. And what does this mean? By embracing their need for communication and compromise, you create a space for understanding and support. This is actually me. I remember telling my husband before we got married, and I said, okay, this is how I handle stress. This is how I handle when things are not going well. I love to take time out to reflect, to recharge. And my husband is on the other side. They love to cuddle, they love to talk things out. They just want to spend time to talk about things and hash things out. I am not that way. But with time, I learned his way. I compromised to understand him, to understand his perspective, to understand the method that he has. And you know what? I learned one of two things. It helps me to be a better person. We handle conflict differently. But does that mean that I discard me entirely? No, I still appreciate my me time, my alone time. And my husband understand that. But when it comes to resolving conflicts, we deal with things differently. So we learn lesson from compromise. And how do you understand? How do you come to that terms? It's through listening. When you listen, when you communicate effectively, you'll listen to hear. And when you hear, you understand what shaped that person's perspective, why they make that decision, and you connect with them by hearing them. When you connect with them by paying attention to them, you look at them in the eyes, you connect. And when you connect, you listen differently, you hear differently, and that leads to feeling in the heart. And that immediately kicks in empathy. It kicks in compassion, it kicks in kindness. And if I hear you, if I understand you, I am going to be kind. There will be no criticism. There will be no criticism. There will be no contempt. There will be no talking at each other. Because I understand you and I understand my own blind spot. Right? And there will be balance in our conversation rather than playing a blame game. So when we're trying to address issue and we're pulling a rope, imagine that, and we're not listening to each other, we're tugging wars from two different angles. But the moment that we listen to understand each other, we can actually be on one side of the rope while the conflict that we're trying to resolve is on the other side. And we're seeing together, we're working together as a team with understanding. We can find a better resolution to that conflict rather than fighting on both sides of the rope, right? We understand our differences, and being different and thinking differently, it's okay. It needs to be okay, right? Because we understand that we are not of the same parents, we're shaped differently. We're not clone of each other, right? So having a deeper understanding will help us. It will shape us um, to be a better person in our relationship. Understanding is actually a catalyst that will ignite a deeper connections. It will create empathy, and there will be harmony in the home where everyone will thrive. So I want to encourage you today that understanding is a continuous journey. It requires patience, active listening, and a genuine desire to comprehend one another. And when we nurture this understanding, we cultivate relationship where everyone thrives. We'll be happier. There will be compassion, there will be trust, and there will be mutual growth together as couple and also as family. I hope you continue to work on and thrive in to be the best version of yourself as you transform your relationship, as you build a happier relationship and creating an harmonious environment where everyone will thrive. I'll see you again next week. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.